why should people have Seamoss a part of their daily life?
First and foremost, for one, it's tasteless. It adds more health to every part of your body, from your heart, your lungs, even to your skin. And and I'm going to say this again, anything that is natural will not cause you to invest in hospital bills. It won't cause you to have high blood pressure. It won't cause you to have diabetes. It won't cause you to have cancer. So the same way how you're willing to get to know somebody or willing to get to know a car before you drive it off the lot, get to know about your health first. You're only renting this body one time. That's it.
What's going on, everybody? We are back for another amazing episode of Finding Your Niche with Niche. It is the top of the year, right? Everybody has these amazing goals of getting in shape, getting healthy, getting fit. And the one way you can do that is by eating right. Right now, I have somebody next to me who knows all about taking care of your body and what to put in it. Seamoss The Boss. Giovani, welcome to the show.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to let you guys know, hey, one tablespoon that keeps the what? The mucus away.
Hey, that part. Okay, so you're the first person I even know who is, I guess, is this a rebrand for Seamoss? Like, you're making Seamoss cool, right?
That,
and
yeah.
So can you talk about the inception of the brand and the company and why Seamoss is so important to you and why it should be to everyone else?
Well, the way how this company started was around the holidays of December. It was during Christmas Day of 2019. And I was on, 24-hour watch. I was in the Army. And, I gave Seamoss to an influencer, but it wasn't to sell Seamoss. It's just that he wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, he said, hey, Giovanni, this bad boy knocked it out. And I felt like I was compelled, like a download from God saying, hey, you need to sell Seamoss. So I called my lawyer and I said, hey, I want to sell Seamoss. She said, well, you should make the gel because you know how to make the gel. And I said, you know what? I got a name. I feel like everything was just God just telling me. I said, well, Seamoss The Boss. I said, well, I got a slogan. One tablespoon to keep the what? The mucus away. And then from there, it started going. But funny enough, I wasn't a vegan back then. So that started my journey on how I wanted to invest in my health.
Wow.
So from there, I went and, I started making Seamoss gel, started studying about herbs. And it caused me to invest more into my culture because I come from a Caribbean background.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah.
I'm hearing something.
Yeah. Jamaica and Trinidad. Hey, all love to the Caribbean. Doesn't matter where you're from. But, and I realized that Seamoss has been helping me along with my very tedious training as a soldier in the Army. And, from there, it just goes up and up.
Yeah. What was your first interaction with Seamoss? And what was that experience like?
So for me, it gave me energy. I'm a distance runner.
What was the story, I guess, for the very first time you had Seamoss, why you had it? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. When I was 5 years old, when I went to Jamaica, my dad, he would take the Seamoss gel and he would put it in, one of my favorite fruits, which is mango. And he would put it in there, he would blend it with some ice. You understand what I'm saying?
Wait, Seamoss and mango and ice?
Yeah, he'll blend it up. Yeah, like a smoothie.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And then I remember as a kid, it was tasteless. It gave me the energy that I needed at that time. So I remember that exact, moment of having Seamoss. Yeah.
So you've been having Seamoss since you were 5?
Yeah, since I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And how has Seamoss changed your overall health, would you say?
For me, it makes me feel more energized. It has helped me lose weight, and it has gave me much more healthier skin and hair. Because as we know that Seamoss has anti-aging properties, and it's able to, how can I say it? It also gave me a way of when I go through tedious workouts, the potassium helped me with soreness.
Okay. And that's kind of like what I want to talk about. So right now in front of us, this is real sea moss.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So can I pull it apart?
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
can,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Help you out.
Can you talk about like the actual nutrients that are found in sea moss and how it helps to protect and defend different things in the body?
Oh, cool. Easy day. One of my favorite things to talk about.
Okay.
So I'm going to name at least 3 minerals
Okay.
that are very essential that's in this algae. You have magnesium, which regulates your heartbeat. Everyone wants to have a healthy heart. You have iron, which makes blood flow. You need that as well because you don't want to have clogged up arteries. And number 3, it has copper, which creates red and white blood cells. White blood cells are the soldiers of your immune system that are able to detect viruses and bacteria and be able to fight them off. So, if you're having problems with low energy, sea moss is good for you. For men who are low on testosterone, it has zinc. So with that being said, zinc is able to help your testosterone levels, right? It helps to increase your libido for men. Now, for women who are pregnant, the iron helps with a healthy pregnancy as well. But all these statements I'm saying, consult with your physician first before you decide to take this superfood from the ocean.
Yeah. That's amazing. With this actual, form, I guess, of sea moss right now, can this be like eaten like this or it has to be in the gel form?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
So it's in a raw form right now. So what you would do is you take a mixing bowl, you pour some, you can use your alkaline water or your spring water, and you cut up some limes. And you put the algae in there and you clean it out thoroughly. Next thing, you drain out that water, and next thing, you make sure that the algae itself is clean from all debris from the ocean. And after a while, you make it sit in the mixing bowl with some fresh water for at least 24 hours. And then you drain out that water and you take out the algae and then you blend.
Oh, okay. So it's a process.
It's a process. It's a process.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Trust me.
So this actual process, how long is the process though? Is it like a day or is it a couple hours? When you say like let it sit, let it drain, how long?
So the reason why I say make it sit, because the longer it sit, the more that the algae expand. Because the natural environment of this algae is water. So it's going to expand, right? So yeah, it takes about like 24 hours.
Wow. Okay, so about a day to do the process and then to create it.
Right, yeah.
And to be able to eat it. Okay. This you said is a superfood from the ocean. Have you ever caught your own like actual sea moss?
No, I haven't. I haven't. But however, being in Jamaica, I have witnessed fishermen go out there and get the sea moss themselves. Ironically, me being in the military, I should be able to swim. I just know how to swim off of survival. But I'm not going deep in the water and grabbing the algae. But I actually have witnessed that.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful feeling. But
Yeah.
the more I learn about this algae, not only that you can be able to use it and put in your smoothies, but you can use it as a face mask, a hair mask, and fun fact, you can bake with it too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. Okay, talk about the baking with sea moss because this is new. This is new information, hot off the press. Talk about it.
So you can add to your soups to thicken it up, your porridge, and like I said, another one as well, ice cream.
What?
Yeah, because the natural thickening agent.
Wow.
Right.
Who would have known? So what you just mentioning, your life in the military. One thing I think is interesting is you talk about, the different food that you would have to eat, serving in the Army in comparison to like you deciding to, really, really go strong with incorporating sea moss into your diet. Can you expound a little bit about that?
Okay, so like when I first joined the Army, 'cause I used to be in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
Semper Fidelis. I was in the Marine Corps, and then I joined the Army in 2019. The job I had, I was a tanker, right? So
What is that?
I'll be in the tanks, so I'll shoot tanks.
Wow.
So a tank is like a big, how to explain it? It's like a big computer but full of armor, right? And it makes a loud sound.
Yes.
Right? So, with that being said, I wasn't a vegan when I joined the Army. But what caused me to become a vegan again, because I was a vegan in 2016, to 2018. Then I relapsed. What happened was a man said to me, you need to watch Seaspiracy. So I watched it. And a doctor said on there, he said the reason why fish has omega-3 fatty acids because they eat algae. So I said, wait, if I'm selling the main source, what makes sense of me eating the middleman? So right there, I cut off fish, I cut off eggs and lamb, and that was it.
Wow.
Right, and then, but to answer your question, I used to go in the field, and unfortunately, they didn't really have vegan options because they give us something called MREs. You know what MREs are?
Yeah, my husband's Air Force. I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, MREs is, is basically food that was supposed to give you energy and what you need to survive in the field, but it lasts up to like 50 years. So you're eating that. And trust me, it was hard, but it's a part of the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Seamoss being like the core brand, like you said, you have your facial. Is this the facial oil?
Yeah, so that's for hair.
Oh, hair.
And
Okay.
skin. Moss Glow Oil.
Moss Glow Oil. Okay, and talk about why you decided to create this product as well.
Well, you gotta think about this. The largest organ on your body is the skin. It deserves honor and respect. So I believe that, hey, I know people love to have clear skin. People want to look, healthy outside. So, I was able to do some research and learn about the power of grapeseed oil, how it's a natural moisturizer, how Seamoss has anti-aging properties. And with these two, they don't clog your pores. So all you need is two to 3 drops, and you're good to go on your hair or on your skin.
How long until you start seeing like results with using that?
Well,
you think?
I tell people this. You can use this product, but this is not the end all be all. It's about what you put in your body, right? So you could take this, but if you're drinking milk or having dairy products, it can cause breakouts, right? There's no balance here. So there's also what you put in your body as well. So you remember, whatever you put in your body is going to show the outside.
Yeah.
So you have to complement it with something to go on the outside as well. So if you have this is good for your skin. And if you're eating fruits, your vegetables, your mushrooms, anything that's plant-based, it will complement each other. It won't be fighting each other. It won't be an imbalance.
Yeah, you are somebody I guess I would refer to or consider as a change agent because you're trying to create a new narrative, around being healthy.
Yes, yes.
And creating that positive change when it comes to like what you actually put in your body. Where do you think your conviction comes from to like get people to understand how important it is to take care of themselves?
Well, I tell people this. I realize that hospital bills are very expensive.
Facts.
And funeral bills are very expensive as well. And I'm tired of seeing articles when it says that, African Americans is prone to get this, that, and the third. No, we're not prone to get anything. We have a choice of what we put in our body. But once again, it depends on what environment you come from. But however, everyone have that choice to change. So when I see family members, I'm from a Caribbean background, they be like, oh gosh, my blood pressure. But at the same time, they add in salt, a bunch of salt inside the pot, and sugar. So of course you're going to have blood pressure. Of course, over time, you're going to have stroke. So my conviction is that I'm tired of seeing the same old narrative because at the end of the day, whatever you put in your body, you're leading it to your final destination, which is the ground. But nevertheless, you know how they say, you come to this world looking like your mother and your dad, but you leave the world the way how you live. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
I will.
Wow. That is so deep. I want to touch on the military part a little bit in your job because I don't really want to skip over that because that's very important. With that particular job, I'm just curious. Have you suffered any kind of like PTSD with that job?
No.
Wow, really?
No, I haven't. So I never, fortunately, I never experienced any war, nothing like that. My military career is one where I can't be ungrateful. When I was in the Marine Corps, I've been to Japan, Guam, Indonesia, Okinawa, Idaho, certain different places. In the Army, California, and I was stationed in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
It's just that for me, while being in the military, I'm just grateful for all the experiences I had to be able to travel and meet people of different walks of life. But I never experienced anything with PTSD. But, however, I have met brothers in arms that need help, and I'll always redirect them to like mental health and behavioral health. So yeah.
Wow. With the mental aspect of this, because I think like one of the biggest things to get people to want to eat healthy, to change what they're putting in their food, what they're putting in their body, is like a mental shift that needs to take place. What was that mental shift for you that has you like totally, like I said, totally convinced that it's so important to take care of your health, and Seamoss is one way to do that?
Okay, so while I was going through my divorce, I was eating bad. Right? It's something called binge eating.
Yes.
Right? So, all of us is guilty of that, but we was programmed that way by watching on TV when a young woman is broken up in a relationship and she's eating a whole bowl of ice cream, right? Over time, that's crippling you. So what I had to learn is say, okay, I need to get my mental health right. All right, cool. Through pain, you can get gain. So then that's when I experienced more when, I started diving more into the algae. I had it when I was 5 and growing up, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
But then I realized, okay, cool. So that conviction for me is saying that if this alone helped and contributed a lot to my health, Seamoss, and what I've been through mentally through divorce, that birthed something great to serve many, somebody else out there could be able to experience the same thing too. You eat to live. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes what you eat can affect your moods.
Yeah. I want to unpack that a little bit too, because you don't really hear men, frankly, speak very openly about being divorced. Can you talk about the mental work that you had to do to get through that chapter?
Oh, man. One of my biggest ones, I had two of them.
You've had 2 divorces?
No.
Oh.
One of my no, one of my biggest to answer that question was a support system and prayer. It wasn't easy because you're so used to waking up seeing somebody, but that somebody's not there no more. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that, such is life. So, in Jamaica, they say one hand can't clap. So it takes 2 hands to clap. But if only one hand can clap, you can't move with no motion. Nothing can move. There's no force. So I tell, for anyone who's going out of divorce out there, I say, look, find, a wise counseling that could be there for you. Don't be discouraged. Okay, this is, it is a part of life, but at the same time, you can learn from that experience and get stronger and stronger.
Yeah. That is so good. We talked a little bit about how the Seamoss has changed your life. How have you seen Seamoss change someone else's?
Oh, man, I have countless testimonies. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the Most High because, He has created healing on the land. So that's healing on the land, is healing in the sea. Everything that He created is good from you name it. If you look in the environment, especially if it has benefits for your health. I have seen someone, they told me lost 47 pounds. Another customer told me that he had pneumonia in both his lungs and it's gone. I didn't know how crazy pneumonia was until I researched that people die from that.
Yes.
But Seamoss, being a natural mucus dissolver, was able to remove that. Someone with inflammation, clear skin, dealing with the flu. It blows my mind. It blows it.
Yeah, I know you're.
And also asthma too.
Asthma, really?
Yeah, and asthma is an upper respiratory infection. So asthma is just when the airways is clogged up of mucus. So the moss was able over time to remove mucus from that young lady airways, and she was offered the algae medicine and as well the asthma pump.
Wow. I think it's interesting because your slogan, is 1 tablespoon a day keeps the mucus away. It's such a thing where you can have too much Seamoss.
All right, so yes, because Seamoss contains something called iodine. And iodine is a mineral that's very important for your thyroid health. So women who are dealing with fibroids is linked to lack of iodine. So you don't want to overly use something because that, everything in life has balance. So you don't want to overly use this algae like too much.
Yeah.
That's why I always recommend 1 to 2 tablespoons a day.
Okay. And so nothing past that?
Nothing past that.
Wow. This is so neat. And can you talk a little bit about the process, if you know it, like how people go about actually, because you mentioned a little bit in Jamaica, like how they go and get it. How is it actually packaged and distributed, like what we were kind of talking about earlier?
Okay, so far as I'm tracking, I know that what I witnessed in Jamaica, what they'll do, they'll dive, they'll find their spot, and they will have to get the algae off the, the rock, right? And then from there, they would take it, they would clean it out, they would dry it, like dry it in the sun,
Okay.
right? And once it's dry, they'll package it, and next thing they'll put it on a flight, American Airline, whatever flight is available that day, or they will ship it with USPS, and you would get it right to you.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I have witnessed.
Yeah.
But like far as like in St. Lucia, they do the same process as well. They get the moss, clean it thoroughly, sun dry it, and you're good to go.
Wow. So you have the gel, the oil. What's next?
Well, if you click the link in my bio, I also have bladderwrack, Seamoss, and burdock root capsules. Those three.
Can you explain those?
Oh man, burdock root is good for liver detoxification. You understand what I'm saying? And also as well for boosting your immune system.
Okay.
Bladderwrack has iron and zinc. Iron for blood flow, energy. Zinc as well is good for hair growth as well. And another thing you have is sea moss, which we all know, which give you the same complement with all these other two herbs I named, which is energy, boosts your immune system, and most and foremost, helps with weight loss.
Which one is that?
Sea moss. No, stop. You're good. Yeah. Yeah.
I need that. Run that back.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Okay. And so you said those are capsules?
Yeah, those are capsule forms.
Okay.
And we also have ginger capsules, right?
Oh, ginger.
Yeah, so our ginger comes from...
That ginger. Ginger's strong.
Yeah, it is strong, but it's good for you.
God, it's so strong.
It's strong, but it's good for you. Trust me.
I had a ginger gummy once, and I bowed.
Oh.
I almost didn't make it through.
Oh, no, that's too strong.
Yeah, they were strong.
Yeah.
They were like these little gummies. There's like a gummy of ginger, and I was just like...
It wasn't sweet?
No, well, barely. It was like... It was intense for a gummy. I don't know. Ginger's good, though. Ginger's good for you.
Well, yeah, so, the ginger that we get is pretty strong. You can smell it out the capsule bottle. It's USDA organic and is, manufactured out of in Costa Rica. So you're actually getting the real thing. Ginger, as we know, is a household name. Has anti-inflammatory properties. Most and foremost, boosts your immune system. Right? It's really, really known for that.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for natural medicine, hey, you could buy some ground ginger at Sprouts Farmers Market or anywhere else. Put it inside of hot water, boil it, and just drink it, and you're good to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this is your life force, because are you still in the Army?
No, I'm not in the military. I'm actually medically retired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm actually medically retired.
Medically retired?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to do some math here. I'm just looking. I'm like looking at your face. It might be the Seamoss. Are you 85 years old?
No, I'm 27.
So you're 27? Okay, so you joined when you were 20.
Yes, I joined when I was 20.
Okay, I'm like looking at you like, how does this work to be retired, medically retired? Okay, cool. What is your, I guess, conviction? Like, what pulls you out of bed every day?
Oh, man. What pulls me out of my bed every day? Think about it. I know that every breath that's put into my lungs, your lungs, everyone's lungs, is God breathing into us, and we have to put it to use. I know every night before I go to sleep, I pray, and I know I can't make any prayer go to waste. So things have to work. If you look at the ants, how small they are, how wise they are, they move in unison, and they have a goal to reach at the end of the day. The sun can't think, but you can. The moon can't think, but you can. Even the smallest atom don't have a bigger purpose than you and I. So that's what, motivates me. Think about it. You know how much times birds fly a day in the sky? So I'm just going to sit there and be idle and watch time pass by. But I have a bigger purpose than the birds in the sky. So what motivates me is that, hey, things have to get done. There's people out there who wants to invest in their health. There's people out there who want to know what this superfood from the ocean is. So in me, it's just a motivation. It's more to push. A wise man told me, aim for the things you can't see. You believe Japan is on this earth, right? Have you ever been there? But you can see it, right? You see my point?
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. Wow, and the church, the church say amen.
Amen, amen.
That's so good. Why should people, before we go, why should people have sea moss a part of their daily life?
First and foremost, for one, it's tasteless. It adds more health to every part of your body, from your heart, your lungs, even to your skin. And and I'm going to say this again, anything that is natural will not cause you to invest in hospital bills. It won't cause you to have high blood pressure. It won't cause you to have diabetes. It won't cause you to have cancer. So the same way how you're willing to get to know somebody or willing to get to know a car before you drive it off the lot, get to know about your health first. You're only renting this body one time. That's it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why are you so wise? Like, what is going on?
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. You know, the people who walk.
Giovani, that's not true.
I don't. What I mean by that, there's two individuals. There's one that seek wisdom from God, and two, there's people that seek worldly wisdom. Right? Worldly wisdom could be, can I say, debunked by fools, but godly wisdom cannot be deceptive. So every day I'm learning something new. Every day. So at the same time, we on the same journey. So I don't know more than you, and you don't know more than me.
Wow. That's so good.
Just that every day you got to empty your cup. Just empty it, because you're going to learn something new.
That is so good. While you empty your cup, go to the drawer, grab a tablespoon, because 1 tablespoon a day
Keeps the mucus away.
there it is. Peace.